Because if you talk about sustainable, you got to talk about the whole aspect. And there's so many moving pieces in a remodel that unless everyone brings that awareness and consciousness to it, you're gonna have trouble. And me being as the contractor, I'm in the middle of it all. And so it's not enough to only know construction, to only know building, to only know how a house is built, know the components that go into that. Is to understand the vision and how those components fit in the vision, and to know who's the right person to bring that to life. And it's just so obvious. It's kind of like why you're saying breathing is important. It hit me in the gut because it's there's three things that we've done since the beginning of time: eat, build shelter, and do some kind of healing,
right.
Medicine or whatever. And since I'm in the building business, I mean, if we build something that's depleting the planet, how are the people 100 years from now going to be building? It's like there's not going to be resources left for them to. It just makes sense, and anything else is just devastating, because to know that there's not using resources that are finite, it's just scary. But I like to look at the sustainable even deeper than just resources. The relationship between contractor, architect, engineer, and homeowner, it feels like they're in a war with each other.
Right.
How is that green or sustainable? Listen to the client and listen to the space. If you want to go and play on a little bit of an esoteric level, I think the land that the building's on, every land carries certain vibration or energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if it's an older house, the house itself carries certain energy, basically from that intent that went into building it, the intent that people held while they were living in it. So there's a lot of different energies that want to play themselves out that people don't necessarily pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Before you even start a project, to sit down and to all parties come together and to really be honest. And this is where I've lost clients by being honest with them, because they don't like to hear the truth. A perfect client for me would be someone that cares about green and sustainable. That's kind of like a basic. Second of all, that has some kind of vision. The one, it's not just let's repaint our place to make it look clean, but there's a reason of why they're repainting it. There's some kind of, they want to create something magical, beautiful, or artistic. It's not just repairing it because it needs to be repaired. So they have some kind of artistic vision in their project. And third is their willingness to communicate, their willingness to stay engaged with what's all, with the truth, with things that are uncomfortable. And for clients that don't know that there's not a project, there's literally not a project that's going to be happening in your house that's not going to bring emotional stuff for you. We're not rich enough to afford cheap things. And in construction, that's true almost 100% of the time. So I want to work with people that are willing to spend the money, knowing that spending the money is actually not because they're rich, or because they just like to throw money away, but it's because it's the right thing to do, and it's actually, in the long run, saves you money.